Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting in a Fan. Good evening to all of you during this Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, also known as Weekend of Mourning, M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G. Right now the time is approximately 11:58 p.m. Eastern Time, which means we're using the heck out of the late night YouTube studio of yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. And the date is still Friday, November 25th, 2022. Although by the time this video concludes, it will be after midnight, and then it will technically be Saturday, November 26th, 2022, but I digress. Anyway, so the moon is waxing in Capricorn and the sun is transiting in Sagittarius. And I wanted to talk to all of you a little bit, that's what I meant to say, about cartomancy, also known as cartomancy. You know how the word tarot can be pronounced tarot or tarot? Same thing with cartomancy or cartomancy. So first and foremost, cartomancy or cartomancy is spelled capital C as in Charles, A, R, T as in Tom, M as in Michael, O, N as in net, wait a minute, cartome, excuse me. Let's try that again, take two. Capital C as in Charles, A, R, T as in Tom, O, M as in Michael, A, N as in Nancy, C as in Charles, A, N as in Nancy, C as in Charles, Y. Cartomancy. I think I misspelled it a second time, I can't believe that. Yes, maybe I do need to go to bed. Maybe you're right. Cartomancy is the art of divination by way of cards. And cartomancy has been on my mind a lot lately, but specifically Lenormand and classic cartomancy. Classic cartomancy is the use of playing cards for divination. And lately, and I am now, I'm currently reading two books about playing card divination. And I'm actually going to start a third. Well, actually, I want to start a third. And I want to tell you, you know, I don't often talk about him, but I often refer to him as my personal psychic advisor. His name is Roger Pratt. And Roger used to pull a regular playing card for divination on his on his Facebook page, his Facebook page. I don't know if Roger ever did YouTube, but yeah, and I always said to myself that I would write down the meanings and then I would study them and learn from them. And honestly, I never connected with regular playing cards for divination. And now, Lenormand has been opening up my mind, because traditionally Lenormand decks have playing card insets. So the playing card insets have their own representations. Now traditionally, even though Lenormand readings don't interpret the playing card insets, they're acknowledged. And their general interpretations are added to the reading. And I find that very helpful for me. And I've begun including that in my Lenormand readings. And mind you, I'm still learning Lenormand. I'm still reading books about Lenormand. Right now, I'm currently reading 2 books about Lenormand. And I find that acknowledging the playing card insets definitely adds to it. But now, and one of the things that I've always loved about my readings is that they're very layered. So, you know, when I use, let's say, a tarot deck, I do include astrological and numerological information, and I do include the guidance from my psychic guides, like my primary psychic guides, David and Anthony. But I've also begun doing that but I've been doing that actually for a long time with oracle card readings, meaning when I'm just using an oracle card deck. And now I'm being guided and led to include all of that information when I'm doing a Lenormand reading. And I definitely want to begin, and one of the reasons why I want to begin learning the descriptions and interpretations of playing cards, or classic cartomancy, is so that I can include that not only in my Lenormand readings, but also vice versa. I can look at a playing card and I can say, oh yeah, that's the playing card that's on this Lenormand card. And that's going to add a whole extra layer of depth to my Lenormand and classic cartomancy readings. So, and of course, let me be very clear, I am going to continue using tarot. I'm going to continue using oracle cards. And I also have been guided and led to remember to, I can hear Lisa Young-Sutton of the Lisa Loves Lenormand YouTube channel. I heard her voice say, and remember to play with your woman rune cards. And it's really time for me to begin taking a deeper dive into connecting with the basic interpretations and the intuitive interpretations of the woman rune cards. I keep wanting to call them moon runes, and I might actually do that. I mean, the official name is woman runes, but the few times that I've done a woman runes reading with a male client, I kind of feel funny about calling them woman runes with a male client. I don't know if it's because I'm male, or if it's because I don't know offhand if that male client has any kind of macho bullshit going on. But it just feels right to call it moon runes. And it rhymes. Moon runes. I'm digging that. I'm digging that. And that is not to take anything away from the late and great Shekinah Mountain Water, or from the current and great Molly and Mark Remmer, who wrote books about the woman runes, who offer a set of woman runes cards. But I definitely feel very guided and led to call them moon runes. And I might call them that going forward. I'm going to call them the moon rune cards, also known as the woman runes. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah. So cards are going to be a part of my life for the rest of this lifetime and maybe my next few lifetimes. And I've started carrying card decks on my person again, which I find fascinating because I don't normally do that. But I've been like, yeah, it's time to do that. So yeah. So that's all I wanted to talk to you about. I just wanted to talk to you about where my focus has been lately with cards. And I've been happily playing with my new decks of cards. And I definitely need to spend more time playing with the Petit Jeu Lenormand. And I'm going to very quickly have Drake do a close-up of, and this is to my knowledge the only Petit Jeu deck that's in publication. And I actually needed to order it from France or via the UK through Amazon.com, because the few that are selling it in the United States, either it's sold out or it's unavailable, or they're charging upwards of $700. I'm not paying $700 for this deck. By the way, it is 54 cards if you include the man and the woman cards, which will replace the jokers. But I do need to spend more time just like going through the cards and letting them speak to me, and working with the guidebook as well. But yeah, this deck is definitely overdue to be attuned to me via sleeping with it under my pillows for a few nights. So that's all there is to that about this short video about classic cartomancy and cartomancy in general. But I want to thank Lisa Young-Sutton of the Lisa Loves Lenormand YouTube channel for her very informative and educational videos and her very insightful interpretations. And of course I want to thank Toni Savory, the Card Geek, for all of her great videos as well. I will link their respective YouTube channels in the description box. And of course, to all of you in YouTube land, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do, and for honoring Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person, for my YouTube videos and everything he does as well. Thank you so much for all the likes, and for all the comments, and for all the shares. Likes, comments, and shares absolutely help out a YouTube channel. So please be as generous as possible with all of your favorite YouTube channels, even if they're not my own, because those likes, those comments, and those shares absolutely help out a YouTube channel. And of course, thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and an extra big and bountiful thank you to those of you who have scheduled your sessions. And I can already feel a session being scheduled between now and next Wednesday. Don't know who it is yet, but I will find out soon enough. Have a beautiful night, have a wonderful weekend, and stay tuned for the next video.